Well, the European Union is keeping up the pressure on Moscow. Despite a ceasefire between Ukraine and Russian-backed separatists, EU ambassadors gave initial approval to new sanctions against Russia in the finance, defense, and high-tech sectors. The group is also considering adding new names to its list of asset freezes and travel bans. CCTV's Sandra Gathman has more from Brussels.
European ambassadors have been hard at work in Brussels to deepen and broaden existing sanctions against Russia. Reports say the new list will extend to more asset bans for high-ranking Russian officials, as well as closing access to European capital markets for state-owned banks and oil companies. There's also the likelihood of a ban on the export to Russia of dual-use technology that could benefit Russia's military. Now, EU leaders say they are determined to press ahead with new sanctions despite the signing of a ceasefire deal on Friday between Ukraine and pro-Russian militants. German Chancellor Angela Merkel said they could be lifted depending on Russia's subsequent actions.
It must be verified whether the ceasefire is implemented. It must be verified whether Russian troops, provided they are there, are withdrawing. Are there buffer zones, and so on. That's why it's possible that these sanctions could indeed be implemented, but with the limitation that they can be suspended if we see that this process is actually happening.
Meanwhile, the effects of previous sanctions continue to be felt by all sides. Russia's retaliatory ban on European fruit and vegetables has led to a surplus of supplies and a drop in prices. On Friday, Spanish farmers were giving away fruit in protest.
It means that Spain is going to lose a lot of money in an important sector. So it is going to hit the incomes of the farmers, which are the main people affected. We want the European Union to take the necessary measures.
And indeed, there is concern that whatever measures the European Union takes against Russia, new retaliatory sanctions may follow, putting even further strains on EU-Moscow relations and hurting economies on both sides. Sandra Gathman, CCTV, Brussels.